have often asked me about my diverse range of videos that stem from metaphysics, the paranormal, spirituality, what might be called New Age philosophy, all the way to music, education, motivational, self-help oriented topics, etc. I thought I'd start with my academic background. I do hold a BA in English, a bachelor's degree in English with a concentration or specialization in writing. I had a double major in not only English but philosophy as well. I then went on for my teacher certification after teaching in what might be called secretarial colleges or business schools for a number of years. And so I did get my secondary ed teacher's license or certification, while at the same time working on my first master's degree in teaching or education. And after many years of teaching in community colleges, a university, and also high school, I went on to work on my second master's, which I am in the midst of now, which is in counseling, school counseling. So eventually I hope to do high school and college level counseling. And so that's basically my academic background. I also have had a lot of courses in acting or drama through the years, throughout my early adult years, 20s and 30s. And I've taken a number of courses on writing, editing, and publishing. And also holistic medicine, holistic healing, a lot of spiritual workshops along those lines as well. And so my interests do range from music, songwriting, mixing, recording, which I've been doing ever since I was like 5 years old. I've been writing songs, singing, performing ever since I was 5 years old, and it carried well into my adulthood. And I kind of stylized I guess you can say my musical sensibilities and style after my favorite recording duo, the Carpenters, of course, Karen and Richard Carpenter. And so I'm very much into the overdub sound, and I've been writing ever since I was a child. So I have demo recordings and home recordings ranging from, oh my God, the early 1970s all the way into the 2000s, all the way to the present day, in fact. And eventually I hope to get an album of my songs on iTunes. And I've been learning, I used to record on an all analog recorder and mixer. And so I've been learning digital recording over the last year and a half. And so I'm kind of ready to launch a new album, I would say probably late this spring, early this summer. I'm also interested in working on the production of an independent film, for which I'm learning movie making and editing software, which is going very well. And I've written and published a number of things, including short stories, poems, articles. I published actually one textbook on writing and composition, which was used at various institutions in my community within New Jersey. And I write a lot of short stories, some of which are metaphysical in nature, some combine humor, some are kind of quasi-erotic and just kind of crazy off the wall, because I have a broad range of tastes and interests that range from comedy, as I said, and as you already know, to metaphysics, and I would say spirituality, education, counseling, self-help, self-actualization, that sort of thing, and movies. And so I'm really interested in a smattering of things, and that's why I like to produce and present to the public a wide range of YouTube videos for you. And I'm always thankful, grateful, and it's always very helpful to hear your comments, so please feel free to comment on any of my videos, and I always look to improve the quality of my videos and of course their content to be as helpful as I can to others. That's another thing I like to do in my spare time. I tend to do resumes, cover letters, kind of like job seeking for friends, former students, and I really just like to deal with career development. I've taught career development classes in the past, and I actually did resumes for a living. But however, I kind of like to help people find jobs and get back into the flow of things in terms of the job field via the writing of resumes, cover letters, help them with mock interviews so they know how to dress for success, what to say, what not to say, what not to do on an interview, and that sort of thing. So that's another one of my interests. Got to have a broad range of interests. And also, I'm very much into fragrances. At one point, prior to my allergies getting really bad, I was into making original incense from scratch. I made any fragrance from sandalwood to cinnamon to rose to African violet and raspberry. So I used to do a lot of incense making. Still interested in fragrant lotions and candles, scented candles, that sort of thing. But I have to be, of course, men's cologne, and I have to be very, very, very careful due to my allergies. So that's an interest I kind of had to put on the back burner. But that's not such a bad thing because it got me back into songwriting, recording, singing, writing, and now making YouTube videos. And I'm about to work on an independent film with a bunch of colleagues and friends in the very, very near future. And as I said, I'd like to have an album of my new digital recordings late spring, early summer. So I'm going to be launching my debut album for iTunes in the very, very near future as well. So I hope that gives you a little inkling as to my background. I do go by the name Louis on YouTube. I'm comfortable with that. My full name, I'm going to give you all 4 names, including my middle name, confirmation name, last name. It's Louis Joseph Andrew Gallo, actually. But you know me as Louis, and I'm happy with that. And I look forward to seeing you and on my future videos. And I thank you sincerely for watching. Have an excellent day. Ciao for now.